Good morning, students. I think all of you is well and healthy in your house. So, student, here we are to study about the transfer of heat and different types of transfer of heat. So, student, in previous classes we study about the what is heat and what is the nature of heat and what is the characteristic of the heat. So, student, in today's class we study about the heat transfer. So, student, here heat transfer is the movement of heat energy from one substance to another substance. It means transfer heat is transferred from another one substance to another substance. So we can say that heat cannot be created or nor be destroyed. It always transfer one substance to another substance. So student, heat energy is always move from the warmer substance to cooler substance. It means the substance having a higher heat is transferred to the lower heat. It is like a diffusion. It means the movement of solvent or solute from the higher to lower concentration. Like diffusion, heat is also the heat always travel from the high concentration of heat to the cooler substance. And the third point is about the heat of transfer. Heat will continue to move until both substances are same temperature. It means the heat moving the or move continue until they both substance acquire a equilibrium. It means the both substance acquire a same temperature until the heat get transfer. What is the heat transfer? So student, the fourth point is that the greater the difference in the temperature between the substance, the faster the heat will be transferred. This is the it means the if is both substance having a different different difference having a different temperature of both substance, then the heat transfer to the very fast in a second substance. So here is the some types of the heat transfer. First one is the conduction, second one is the convection, third one is the radiation. So here student, here is the our first topic, that one is the conduction. So student, conduction is a transfer of heat in a solid form. It means the when the heat transfer in a solid substance, that we know the conduction. Heat transfer by conduction through the direct contact. Molecule transfer energy to the molecule next to them. This is known as the conduction. Conduction, as you know that the molecule do not have with the same substance. Conduction. And here is some example of warm water, cool water. Here this is example of the conduction. So this is also example of the conduction as you see in your image. So student, now is the radiation. Radiation is the transfer by radiation, a transfer of heat through the electromagnetic way. It means when you purchase ice cream from the shop and you bring from your shop to the home, and but it suddenly get melt. Why this melt? Due to the radiation. So where is the radiation coming from? It's coming from the sun in the form of the ultraviolet ray, or we can say the ultramagnetic waves. So this is all about the radiation. Radiation is generally occur in the case of the gaseous form, but in the case of the convection, the transfer of heat in the form of the fluid. When the transfer of heat occur in the fluid fluid substances, then we know that one is the convection. But when the transfer of heat occur the in the case of the gases, then we know the radiation, or by the electromagnetic way, then we know it is a radiation. But when the heat transfer to the solid substance is known as the conduction. So student, this is all about the different type of the transfer of heat. Here is some property. There is in the radiation is a no direct contact between the substance. It means it always transfer the heat through the electromagnetic way. So here is example. we get the heat from the sun by through the radiation. Convection. Heat transfer by convection is a transfer of heat through the fluid. It means a liquid and gases movement of currents. Here warmer fluid rise, cool down, sink, and there are the warmed again. It means the warmer fluid is the first cool down, sink, and then get warm again. So this is the example of the your room where the temperature is open. This is also example of the convection. Here is the example of the both all of the three transfer of heat. First one is the radiation. The container is a get warmer through the radiation, and the water is get boiled through the convection. And when you touch the handle, it get feel also a hotter due to the conduction. So student, this is all about the what different type of the process of transfer of heat. First one is the conduction, the transfer of heat in a solid substance, and the convection, transfer of heat in a liquid substance, it means the gases or water. Third one is the radiation, when the transfer of heat through the electromagnetic waves, or we can say that through the UV rays or through the electromagnetic wave. Such type of radiation we know, such type of heat transfer we know the radiation. So student, I think all of you get about the today's topic. Today's we study about the what is the heat and what is the heat transfer, and we study about the different point of the different characteristic of the heat transfer, as well as we know about what are the different kind of the heat transfer, in which we study about the radiation, convection, and conduction, and we see the different example of the each of the different kind of the heat transfer. So student, I think all of you get about the today's topic, and the homework for you that you have to write the different example of the all three kind of all three all three transfer of heat types. So student, we continue our classes in next video. Thank you everyone.